So I went to all this trouble to build this battery box, which I like the design, I'm pretty happy with it, but after I painted it, I noticed the paint was coming off, and hopefully the camera will pick this up. I noticed the paint was coming off in places, and lo and behold, you can see a couple of marks there. I can just scratch the paint off with my fingernail. Because I had some problems, I'm going to do a little experiment here with some paint. This is just a scrap piece of marine grade plywood, and this end I've got good and saturated with epoxy. This end I'm just going to leave bare wood. So I went through and I made this to kind of, I don't know, be a little sciencey about it and try to figure out if I did something wrong when I painted the battery box, or if this paint just does not perform the way it promised. And on this end, this is just against bare wood, which is, you know, basically the instructions say that, you know, against wood you can just paint, you don't need a primer or anything. And it holds up pretty well. Like, I can scratch it with my fingernail, it seems to have bonded. And this is just one coat, so it worked out pretty well. This part in the middle here is the paint against just bare fiberglass, no preparation. And you can see it just scrapes right off. Now, in the defense of the manufacturer, they tell you that you can't do that, they tell you it won't stick. But I just thought I'd check to see how bad it was. And over here is their primer product. So you have the wood and then 2 layers of epoxy. And then here you have the wood, 2 layers of epoxy, and then 2 layers of primer, and then the paint on top of it. And look at that, it still comes right off. So this is the product, Interlux's Bilgekote. This is the primer per their instructions. Anywhere there's epoxy, you're supposed to use this epoxy prime coat. Just to wrap this up, if anyone can point out, you know, something that I did wrong. I mean, I did all the surface prep, I did my best to do a good, you know, and on a small piece like this, it's pretty easy to maintain the quality. I can't use this in the chain locker. It'll be scratched off in no time. I don't want to use it in the inside of the battery box. Just inserting or removing a battery is going to have enough dings that, you know, it's going to need repainted all the time. And given this, I wouldn't want to use this anywhere where there's epoxy involved. Maybe I just bought the wrong product. Maybe it was never intended for this kind of thing, but I do feel like the result is far below what I would expect out of any kind of paint. In the end, I've decided to use top coat paint. It's really expensive, but it's very durable. It's designed to take things and, you know, take abuse without scratching. I didn't think I would have to pay much for stuff that I wasn't worried about the look of. I just wanted a reliable coating.